Hello, my name is Chris Hammond. I'm the Director of Training here with .NET New Corporation. In this brief video, we're going to talk to you about adding your abstract data provider within your Task Manager module. This is part of our Task Manager series. So first thing we'll do is we'll switch over and take a look at the abstract data provider that actually comes with the module development template that we utilize to create the Task Manager module. Then we'll go through and add the abstract methods for our Task Manager into the provider itself. So we're going to switch over to Visual Studio where we are running our Task Manager module. Now in our previous video we went through and we created a new object called Task, which we'll reference from within our data provider here in a few moments. Now the data provider within the default template that we've utilized can be found inside of the data folder, and you can see here in the Solution Explorer DataProvider.cs. Now it is currently locked because it's checked into source control, and before I can actually make any changes it will be checked out when we go to make that change within Visual Studio. So the provider itself has some basic information that was done or developed by the template. It's going to go out basically and create or provide the ability to create a static instance of the provider, which goes out and looks for a specific namespace. It's looking for SQL Data Provider out of the Task Manager DLL. It's going to go out and essentially get that object and create an instance of that object as a provider. Beyond that, it also has information on how to get the connection for that particular provider. It goes out to the web.config file. So this is all assuming that you have the SQL data connection or your SQL database provider utilized within the web.config file. It's not something as a developer that you're going to have to change unless you're trying to utilize a different data provider. And then finally we have a region down here for our abstract methods. And currently there are a couple methods in here just for example purposes that are commented out. And I'm going to go ahead and bring over some methods that I've previously developed for our Task Manager module. So I come in here, I press enter, and it actually checks out the DataProvider.cs within TFS. So here inside of our data provider, we're going to pull in these abstract methods. We're going to do public abstract, and we're going to return an iDataReader. And the first method here is going to be getTasks. It's going to take an argument of a module ID, so it's going to pull back all tasks for a specific module. There's another method here for getTask. So taking an individual task ID, it's going to return a single task. We can delete a single task using the delete tasks method. Delete task method, excuse me. We can delete multiple tasks using the delete tasks plural method, passing in a module ID. And then we're going to have an add task and an update task method. Now both of these are going to reference the task object that we created in that previous video. Now in order to actually reference that, we need to add the using statement, and you can see that resharper has prompted me to pull in .NET-Nuke.Modules.TaskManager.Components.Task. So if I go ahead and click on that, that will actually add the using statement up above. So these are our abstract methods. Now, if we were to try to do a build within our project, we're going to go out and see that the build now fails. Now, the reason the build fails is because we have these abstract methods defined in our data provider, but our concrete data provider, which is found in the providers, data providers, and SQL data provider folder, doesn't have these methods implemented. So we're going to create and implement those methods in a future video. But as we go through and we want to add additional methods, we can just add the abstract signatures here and then implement them in the concrete data provider. Now in a future version of our module, after we release the initial version, we'll likely come in and create a method for getting tasks for an individual user. So we can filter tasks by user. And we would add the abstract method and then the implementation within the concrete data provider. In the meantime, I'd encourage you to check out our .NET Nuke training. You can find it under the Resources tab at .NETNuke.com. There you'll find a variety of free videos, as well as information about our live and recorded webinars, our .NET Nuke training subscription, and our custom on-site and online training offerings. Again, this was Chris Hammond with .NET Nuke Corporation. Thanks for watching the video.